Okay, so let's talk about Animal Farm. It's one of those stories, right? How does a dream of freedom, this incredible, beautiful idea, just curdle into a total nightmare of control? It starts with the best of intentions, but somewhere along the line, things go very, very wrong. And that's what we're going to dig into today. You know, every big change, every revolution, it always starts with a single powerful idea. And for the animals on Manor Farm, this was it. This was the spark. Old Major, he lays it out so simply. Man is the enemy. That's it. Suddenly they have a clear target. And the promise? Wow. The promise is that a better life is right there for the taking, just one step away. So, a dream of revolution. And honestly, can you blame them? Life under Mr. Jones was just awful. The guy was a mess, always drunk, totally neglecting the farm. I mean, imagine it. The buildings are crumbling, the fields are a disaster, and you're always, always hungry. Your entire existence is just misery and hard labor. Of course you'd be ready for a change. So after Old Major passes away, the pigs, who are, the smart ones, they take his big dream and they turn it into a whole system. They call it animalism. And this is huge because it's not just a fuzzy feeling anymore. It's a real philosophy, a set of rules that gives everyone a common goal. It's something they can all rally around. And of course, you gotta have a song, right? Every movement needs an anthem. Beasts of England was theirs. I mean, this thing just caught on like you wouldn't believe. It was more than a song, it was pure hope. It was this vision of a future where they were free and rich. You can just imagine them all singing it together, this powerful sound of unity. Victory on the farm. And the crazy thing is, it happened way sooner and easier than anyone thought. The rebellion wasn't some grand, planned-out event. Nope, it just happened. Jones forgot to feed them, again. They got desperate, broke into the shed for food. And when Jones and his men showed up with whips, that was it. The animals just snapped. They fought back, and bam, the humans were gone. Can you even imagine the feeling? That pure joy and freedom? And what's the very first thing they do? They go on this massive purge. They destroy everything that reminded them of their oppression. Whips, nose rings, reins, all of it burned in this huge bonfire. It was this powerful, symbolic act of washing away the past, a total reset. Okay, so now we get to the 7 commandments. This is it. This is the absolute peak of their ideals. Snowball gets up there and paints them on the side of the barn for everyone to see. These are supposed to be the unbreakable laws of their new world. And that last one, number 7, all animals are equal. Man, that's the whole promise of the revolution right there in big white letters. But on the very same day, something weird happens. Something that, in hindsight, is a massive red flag. The cows get milked, and there are these 5 buckets of fresh, creamy milk just sitting there. Napoleon basically says, don't worry about it, let's go work. But when they come back later, the milk has vanished. Poof, gone. It's a tiny little thing, but it's the first hint that maybe, just maybe, not all animals are as equal as they thought. All right, we're into the golden summer. And honestly, despite that little milk incident, things are looking incredible. The animals have never been happier. I mean, the harvest is huge, bigger than Jones ever managed. And the food just tastes better, doesn't it? Because it's theirs. They made it, for themselves. For a little while, the dream was actually real. And who's the hero of this whole operation? Boxer, the workhorse. This guy is the heart and soul of the farm. His personal motto for everything, any problem that comes up, is just, I will work harder. He is the ultimate believer, the loyal follower who gives every single ounce of his strength to the cause. He's just incredible. But here's the contrast, and it is a stark one. While Boxer is nearly killing himself with work, what are the pigs doing? Well, they don't actually work. No, they direct and supervise. They're the brain workers. And the crazy part is, everyone just kind of accepts it. It feels natural. And just like that, you've got a class system, the thinkers and the doers. So about that milk, and now the apples too. How do the pigs get away with taking all the best stuff? Simple, propaganda. Meet Squealer. He's the spin doctor. He's so good with words, he comes out and says, look, we don't even like milk and apples. We're eating this for your sake. We need it for our brain work to keep you safe. And then he drops the bomb. You don't want Jones to come back, do you? And boom, argument over. Okay, now pay attention to this because it happens in the background and it's super important. Napoleon does something really shady. He takes 9 newborn puppies from their mom.
says he's gonna educate them himself. He squirrels them away in a loft, and nobody sees them. The farm pretty much forgets they're even there. But what he's really doing is building his own private army.
All right, so this leads us to the big power struggle, because the pigs aren't really a unified group. It all boils down to two guys, Snowball and Napoleon, and these two, they are never, ever in agreement. If Snowball says black, Napoleon says white. This isn't just a petty squabble, it's a battle for the very soul of the farm. And you can see here just how different their visions are. Snowball is all about the future. He's the big picture guy, the dreamer. Let's build a windmill, get electricity, work less, spread the revolution. Napoleon, on the other hand, is all about the here and now. He's like, that windmill is nonsense. We need more food and we need guns to protect what we have. Two totally different paths. And the windmill becomes the flashpoint for this whole debate. For Snowball, this thing is everything. It's not just about power. It's about a better life for everyone. A life with hot water and lights in the stalls and way less backbreaking labor. He paints this beautiful picture, and you can tell the animals are completely swept away by it. So now we're at the end of equality. It all comes down to this one meeting, the big vote on the windmill. Napoleon gets up, basically grunts that it's a dumb idea. But then Snowball, he gives the speech of his life. He's passionate, he's eloquent, and he has the animals eating out of his hand. It's a done deal. Snowball is gonna win. So which way do they go? Which vision wins? Do you choose the dream of a high-tech, easier future, or do you choose the path of security, control, and maybe a little bit of fear? The whole future of the farm is about to be decided by one single vote. Except there is no vote. Just as it's about to happen, Napoleon gets up. He doesn't say a word. He just gives Snowball this look. And then he lets out this weird, high-pitched whimper. It's a signal. But for what? And then all hell breaks loose. This horrible bang sound comes from outside, and in charge those 9 puppies. Only they're not puppies anymore. They are enormous, terrifying dogs wearing brass-studded collars. And they have one target. They go straight for Snowball. This is it. This is raw power crushing ideas. Snowball runs for his life and just barely gets away. And the other animals? They just stand there, frozen, absolutely terrified into silence. And in that one moment of violence, the entire game changes. Idealism is gone, chased out of the farm. The debate is over, permanently. With Snowball gone, Napoleon wastes no time. He gets up on that platform and lays down the new law, the new order. Sunday meetings? Gone. Debates? Canceled. From now on, a special committee of pigs, led by him, of course, will make every single decision. The animals will show up on Sundays just to get their marching orders. That's it. So how do you sell a violent takeover to the masses? You guessed it, you send in Squealer. He pops up and spins the whole thing as a noble sacrifice. He says, "Comrades, leadership isn't fun. Comrade Napoleon is taking on this heavy, heavy burden for you." He actually claims that Napoleon did it to stop them from making mistakes. And then the absolute nerve to say that Napoleon believes in equality more than anyone. The propaganda machine is officially in charge now. So here's the question we're left with. When you overthrow one tyrant, what's to stop a new one, maybe even a worse one, from taking his place? They traded Mr. Jones for Napoleon. It really makes you wonder, right? What happens to a revolution when fear takes over and the talking stops? The dream isn't dead yet, but it's been poisoned. And believe me, from this point on, things are going to get a whole lot darker.